Aries. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Aries today may exhibit an impressive ability to understand and adapt. You are more attuned to changes in your environment and quick to respond to challenges, especially at work. You have no tolerance for lies, which is why you naturally avoid people who are two-faced. Your principles are firm, and you defend them quietly but bravely. In financial matters, you are cautious, unwilling to borrow or lend money carelessly to prevent misunderstandings. Within the family, you show your care through simple yet meaningful ways, ensuring the health and well-being of your loved ones. In love, your honesty and nurturing nature form the solid foundation of a lasting relationship. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Taurus. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Taurus today reflects the traits of someone diligent, humble, and grounded. You don't mind the exhaustion if it means providing comfort and stability to your family. You know how to invest your time and effort to secure a better future. When faced with arrogance or pride, you choose silence and walk away rather than engage. At work, you complete your tasks with order and efficiency, never allowing your responsibilities to be delayed. In financial matters, you strike a wise balance, spending when necessary and saving when possible. In love, you value truth and loyalty and prefer a relationship free of suspicion or doubt. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Gemini. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Gemini brings light and joy wherever they go. Today, your desire to spread good energy grows stronger, especially within your home. You can easily adjust to different people, but you don't simply go with the flow. You have discipline and stand firm in your values. You're a master of communication, choosing the right words at the right time. You avoid issues, especially those involving money or strained friendships. Financially, you prefer to be quiet and responsible rather than be involved in chaos. As the day ends, you recognize that rest is just as important as productivity. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Cancer. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Cancer today becomes even more observant and thoughtful in both actions and decisions. You prefer to act quietly rather than get caught in meaningless discussions. You possess a natural concern for your loved ones and will never let them feel neglected. At work, you show that being meticulous and trustworthy is key to success. You remain steady during challenges, holding on to your inner strength. In matters of love, you prove that affection is not always spoken, it is shown through consistent and sincere actions. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Leo. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Leo highlights their intelligence, resourcefulness, and reliability. Today, you demonstrate the ability to manage your responsibilities with wisdom and clear direction. You are not extravagant, but you spend wisely when it truly matters. You want to see your family happy and at peace, which is why you strive to be a good example. In love, your loyal and caring heart strengthens your relationship, providing reassurance even in silence. You don't need to make grand gestures, your presence alone brings comfort and strength. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Virgo. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Virgo once again affirms their natural wisdom, organized thinking, and dedication to meaningful work. You avoid confusion and chaos, constantly guiding yourself and others toward order and harmony. You don't make promises lightly. Your word carries weight because you believe credibility is a priceless asset. At home, you are the pillar of structure and peace. You prefer to follow what must be done rather than waste time on distractions. In love, trust is your foundation, and because of it, your relationship remains calm and grounded. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Libra. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Libra, today may experience a brief lapse in patience. However, you still choose to remain calm and observant, maintaining your dignity in front of others. At work, you embody mindfulness, professionalism, and deep respect for time and the quality of your output. You steer clear of meaningless conversations, especially those laced with disrespect or vulgarity. Financially, you prioritize your family's needs over personal wants. Your hard work is not only for your own ambitions but also for the betterment of your loved one's future. You are careful with both financial and emotional decisions, and when you make a promise, you ensure it is fulfilled. At home, you prefer a quiet yet joyful atmosphere where every shared meal becomes a moment of love and unity. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Scorpio. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Scorpio may show signs of frustration over small things today, but behind it lies a deep respect for time, truth, and purposeful living. You don't get easily caught in senseless chatter. You value silence and meaningful action. At work, you are known for your persistence and strong conviction. You're unfazed by criticism, and once you have a goal, you pursue it with all your heart. Financially, you are practical. You won't spend a cent without clear justification. At home, you are reliable in times of need, especially when it involves your parents and siblings. Though not overly expressive, behind your calm exterior lies a deep well of loyalty and care. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Sagittarius. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Sagittarius shines once again with sharp insight and careful decision-making. You are not easily swayed by praise or superficial charm. You consider the lasting effects of every move. Today, you are more disciplined in your words, favoring inner peace over arguments. At work, you are energetic and full of ideas, yet you stay composed when faced with obstacles, communicating calmly but effectively. At home, your natural concern for family, especially your parents and siblings, is evident. Financially, you are practical and never impulsive with your spending. In love, you know how to understand and avoid words that wound, because at the heart of Sagittarius is the belief that respect is the foundation of true love. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Capricorn. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Capricorn stands firm in principles, unwavering in beliefs, and cannot be bought by wealth. You are not enticed by instant riches, especially those offered in unethical ways. At work, you show a high level of integrity. Every action is measured, every decision grounded in honor. At home, you shy away from conversations filled with mockery or sarcasm. You prefer silence filled with respect over joy that comes at someone else's expense. Financially, you are wise and cautious. You are not tempted by temporary pleasures that could compromise your values. In love, you give your heart sincerely and fully, yet you do not entertain emotional manipulation or games. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Aquarius. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Aquarius displays unwavering conviction and calm discipline. When you make a promise, you ensure it is kept, because to you, words carry weight and honor. Today, you prefer to act quietly, aiming to reach your goals without noise or conflict. At work, you dislike distractions or chaos that affect your focus, as you value the quality of everything you do. When it comes to money, you're not easily swayed by glittering offers, especially if they come from questionable sources. You treasure the comfort earned through honest effort. In dealing with others, you are cautious and not easily deceived. In love, you are not the jealous type. When you trust, you do so wholeheartedly, but if betrayed, you step away in silence. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step. Pisces. In the message brought by the movement of nature, Pisces reveals deep thought, discipline, and inner peace. At work, you never act without a clear purpose. Every step is well considered, as you value time and opportunity. You don't follow trends or others' influence, you make your own choices and stand by them. Financially, you avoid quick rewards that lack security. You prefer to quietly accumulate blessings rather than boast about them. At home, you are nurturing and generous, often the one to mend misunderstandings. In love, you love deeply and quietly, with honesty and trust. You are not easily shaken by jealousy or doubt because for you, trust and serenity are the pillars of a lasting relationship. And remember, the workings of nature cannot be underestimated, for events often come without warning, so always stay alert and careful with every step.